everyone, I'm Michelle and welcome back to my channel. Since I skipped doing a chapter out of I'm That Girl last week, and it was a complete accident. I didn't even realize until Saturday that I'm like, no, I didn't even do my chapter this week. So I figured since I screwed up, I'm going to actually do it earlier this week so I don't forget. My week has gotten a little bit mixed up because I'm doing things a little bit different. But anyway, I am on chapter, oh boy, I think it's 8 or is it 9 now? It is 9. This chapter really hit me this week because it is extremely, how should I say it? It really hits home with me this week because it's been this week is a huge struggle. I'm about to do a food fast or something, or anyway, a different way of eating for 30 days. And it's not going to be easy and I'm already dreading it, but I need to work on that. But we're talking about they call it Mr. Ed, and it's an eating disorder. It's a short acronym for that. And they're talking about there was a book called Life Without Ed, and she was sharing it's about a woman that has an eating disorder, and she's talking about how she used had her therapist and things, and just how it helped her to call it different things so that she would be able to conquer her eating disorder. And it also talks about a man, which I've actually heard them talk about this before, the Spud Fit guy. And I thought this was kind of funny that he ate only potatoes. He was over 100 pounds overweight, and he did some research and he only ate potatoes. And it was because he decided to try to beat his addiction by removing all of his food choices. So he just chose potatoes after some research. And it was important for me to realize that the devil on my shoulder telling me it was okay to have a slice of pizza or a piece of cake does not have my best interest at heart. This devil is telling me something that is good for me. He never does. Or he's not telling me something that's good for me. And I think that it's part of the struggle for everyone, or at least for me sometimes, is, gloom tells us we're going through a hard period and things only looking like they're going to get worse. We just need to ignore those things and keep pushing forward because it's a season. It's not always going to be that way. And another thing it talks about is shame. Shame tells us that we're disgusting for eating 3 cupcakes on a 9-year-old's birthday. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I can so relate to this because it will never meet our goals because we absolutely know self-control. And shame tells us that we're dirty and defiled from past childhood abuse. And that really is it in a nutshell. And it's always kind of funny how things are so on point for me that week that I need to read that. And they also talk a little bit more about depression and different things. And perhaps you feel like you can't or shouldn't immerse our minds in this joy because of all the sadness and all the suffering and the chaos and all the persecution we hear about. To be joyful might feel like we're giving an indifferent slap in the face to the sad state of culture and to those who are suffering more than me. Maybe we should keep on the front so we give honor to so much pain in our life. I think this is very relatable, at least for me sometimes, because it's like you have that joy, but then you feel guilty about it. And it's a little bit different for me because of some issues, but it's one of those things where you almost feel that it's wrong to be happy. Now I've pretty much gotten out of that slump, but at the same time, there are some days that you specifically struggle. But in general, that's a monster. At the moment, I feel like I've beaten, but the accuser and his spiritual army are so intense on our mental despair. So it talks about if thoughts of suicide are attacking me, urge you to reach out and let someone know, a therapist, a friend, or a family member, someone you can count on, take you seriously, to pray with you, and to speak life to you. You need someone who will check on you frequently and help you seek medical attention if necessary. This book is not a detailed handbook on how to overcome suicidal thoughts. There are much more thorough help for those elsewhere, and we encourage you to seek that if you're in this situation. I just wanted to expand a little bit on that. And it really does help to have, you know, a friend that you can like vent to, I guess you could call it. And I have very much appreciated the few that I've had, and especially the ones that I've had the last year or so that have been inspirational, and I've been there when I needed it. And I can't tell you how much that meant to me. But anyway, that's what I got out of chapter 9. I think that is probably my favorite chapter. So if you haven't read chapter 9, go read it and let me know what you think down in the comments. So I'll see you later. Bye.